Hello everybody, Liam here. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a really popular series. Like really popular. So popular in fact it actually got me of all people into watching anime. So you'd expect that in the 43 years since home computers became commonplace, that some game development company out there would bang some rocks together and make a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game for PC, as the series would literally be perfect for it, right? No. They didn't actually. Well, they did on PlayStation, but no one bought that. However, fortunately, that wait is at an end, as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Remastered has just come out on all platforms. So long are the days of only being able to play the JoJo's games through illegal emulation. All-Star Battle has united us JoJo fanboys once and for all. Get this, with friends. Yes, not only is it playable on PC, but you can fight your friends to the death using virtually any character from the series using the Steam game sharing feature, which I think the servers for are somewhere in North Korea. Here, shift tab and enable me.
You are enabled. See, move.
Oh my dear god, it's so laggy.
Wait.
I'm controlling Kira and Jotaro? What? Friendship with Super Smash Bros. Ended. All-Star Battle R is my new best friend. Right off the bat, you're greeted with a pretty cool montage of all the characters, while the game's absolutely amazing OST rings out. Most forms of JoJo media have always had the most banger soundtracks, from the show itself to the games. It's essentially physically impossible for a JoJo-themed anything to not have a banger soundtrack. The voice acting is genuinely amazing, with almost every character being voiced by a different actor than the actual show, and still somehow emulating their voices almost perfectly. The sprite work, art style, and references to the manga and TV show are masterfully made. Playing a JoJo game that's not being illegally emulated, that's also at 1080p and 60 FPS, is surprisingly good fun. You can tell the people who made this game were big fans of the show, and in some ways actually proved the remaster from its previous game. In All-Star Battle R, you immediately start off with all the characters after booting up the game, compared to the older versions where you had to earn them through gameplay. Now instead of earning more playable characters in the story mode, you earn cosmetics, voice line poses, and gold. Gold can be used for skins, voice lines, emotes, and player cards for the multiplayer, or they can give you buffs in the campaign mode if you're struggling. Although, if you use those, you are officially a turbo virgin. The gameplay, on the other hand, is where shit starts to get a little AIDS.
Come here. I hear you're hungry. For a knuckle sandwich!
Maybe I'm just a newbie to fighting games, maybe I'm partially mentally disabled, but some of the stuff you have to memorize in this game to effectively play it is a little ridiculous. The gameplay is extremely intricate, with all fighters being broken up into roughly 3 groups, and each group having their own alternate forms of attack that you can change in-game by changing your fighting style. These either bring out your stand, give you a fucking horse for some reason, or enable you to do more wacky moves. You also have assist characters. Assist characters are secondary characters that you can choose in the character selection screen that enable you to have one new specific move that can help you out if you're in a pinch. This part of the game I'm not so sure of. It's really annoying to knock someone on their ass and try to curb stomp them into the dirt, only for Jotaro to jump out and pulp you. The combat in this game also feels pretty clunky at times. For example, if someone is hitting non-stop combos, you are literally unable to fight back. Oh my gosh. Dude. It's a video game, relax. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember why I titled the video file for this virgin.mp4. As almost every move in the entire game can inevitably stun lock you. I'm aware this is to encourage you to use your assist character, but getting absolutely pummeled into the dirt constantly by some Japanese teenager gets old quickly. And the default controls are just, not good, to say the least. For some reason, the developers made the game so that it's capable of being played with only one hand. Probably because you can play as Jolene, to be honest. Here's a picture on screen of the controls that I used and had the most success with. I binded all of my movement keys to my left hand, then binded all of my attack buttons to my number pad. Why you can't bind anything to your mouse, and why they don't give you specific buttons for special moves, I don't know. They want their community to look like Quagmire, I guess. The button pattern of which you need to hit also changes depending on which side of the map you're standing on, which gets quite annoying because it's much harder to build up muscle memory for those specific attacks. Do you remember me joking about this game's servers being in North Korea? Well, it turns out I'm actually not that far off. Sometimes this game's multiplayer is genuinely unplayable given how many connection errors there are. Even when the game isn't freezing, it still feels like the entire fight is underwater because of how much input delay there is. And that's not to say that Not all of the gameplay is bad, mind you. Some of the mechanics are genuinely amazing. You know how in literally every fighting game ever, the taunt button is just to be an ass? No! In All-Star Battle, it actually has a fucking use. If you knock someone on their ass, then go up and taunt near them, you bust a move, cutscene lock them, cause them to stand up so you can force grab them, then genuinely cause them to lose an entire heat attack charge.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Much like the show, the game's characters are the true highlight of the game, each character having their own little quirks and combo possibilities, as well as cleverly snuck in references to the manga. Each character has around 6 different special moves and even more possible combinations. I have 30 hours on the game right now, and I've only just figured out how to semi-competently play Yoshikage Akira, which, if you play as anyone else, I hate to break it to you, but you're playing the game wrong. You know how in most fighting games you have to at least get close to someone to use whatever super ability you have? How primitive.
I will slap the fuck out of you, bro.
Hey, do you guys know where the heterosexual twin convention's being held?
This nigga is trash.
I don't care. I still don't care.
As of now, the game has been out for roughly 4 weeks, and no one has been able to find a way to fucking dodge it. Other characters like Vanilla Ice and Foo Fighters are great for giving your friends, me in this case, chronic migraines. More characters and story missions are supposed to be released over time, with the release of paid and non-paid DLC. Don't ask me why they're waiting to release new Part 8 characters, considering about 4 of this game's roughly 50 characters are just the same character with a different moveset. But I digress. I hope eventually more outfits and characters like Stroheim and Toru are added, as it would be interesting to see how they implemented their mechanics. In short, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R is a wonderfully made, overpriced gem, and is a good introduction to most more intricate fighting games. Go buy it, preferably when it's on sale. It's terrible. Shout out to all the Chinese internment camp workers that have been slaving away in production lines to make this relatively inexpensive Valentino suit for me. Your sacrifice has been for the greater good. Hello lads and jads, thank you very much for watching my video. I promise after this I'll stop constantly ramming JoJo down people's throats. Probably. My next 2 videos are going to be a review of Cyberpunk the game and Edge Runners the anime, as well as the anime Devilman Crybaby, so look out for those. Considering this video is on a game that about 12 people play globally, I doubt it's going to get that many views, but you know what? I'm fine with that. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was my massive ego. So yeah, that's it. If you enjoy the video, be sure to share it. That is probably the best way of supporting me, is by getting more traffic to come through to my videos. And I have made a PayPal donation link. Please do not donate to me if you are scraping by. I made that in hopes that a brain surgeon or something like that would come by my videos and like what I make and consider dropping off like, I don't know, $5. I told myself I would never beg for money on YouTube, and then I remembered that I live in California. So yeah, that's it. I'm an anime fighting game YouTuber now. I am now 30 pounds heavier, have grotesque facial hair, and am probably balding. Also, if you play Vanilla Ice, fuck you.